Hey guys, you're at home doing school. Maybe you did school this morning, but it's not because you're sick or because of a fluke snow day. It's because school's closed and you're finishing out the year at home. And the reason I say that is because this seems so strange, so out of the ordinary. It makes for a totally different situation than we expected to be in right now. And as I prepared to do this set of devotionals, I really struggled to put into words what I was supposed to teach. Every time I would sit down to do the lesson, it's like this huge block would just hit me. And I tell you that on purpose. You need to know that we put time and effort into these things. It's not just something I get up behind this camera and I say to you. It's my heart behind it. It's my emotion behind it. There's things that us as youth leaders that we share with you, and that's what I realized. I'm supposed to just share my heart with you this week. And what's really interesting is after I finally came to terms with that, I read the title written on the lesson, and it's called Welcome to My World. So, welcome to the world of Sarah for the next few days. Last time I taught, we talked about our thinking, and I started by asking you how you wanted to be when you grew up. And after I taught, I was given the opportunity to talk to a few of you. And the interesting thing is, throughout all of the answers, I never heard anybody say selfish. I want to be a selfish person. I looked up the word selfish, and it says, concerned excessively and exclusively with oneself, seeking advantage, pleasure, or well-being without being concerned about others. It's not typically something that we strive to be. Yet, how many of us struggle with that? Every single one of us. It's not something we're proud of. But if we're being honest, every one of us struggles with that. I was in the kitchen the other night cooking dinner for my husband and my son when I was overcome with emotion and I just started bawling. I was cutting potatoes of all things, and all of a sudden I was bombarded by a memory of my childhood when I was standing in my kitchen with my mom. And the realization that we didn't have a lot hit me like a ton of bricks. Why? Why now? Why in my own kitchen as an adult? Because it made me realize what I do have. My mom never talked about what we didn't have. She always tried to make things fun. She always tried to take us on adventures. She always tried to make things special, and she succeeded. Was I annoyed then? Probably. Am I annoyed now? Absolutely not. It's so easy to get caught up in this being at home thing right now that we focus on what we've lost, what we don't have. But what if for just a minute we thought about what we do have? What have we gained? We tend to evaluate every decision by asking, how's this going to benefit me? What's in it for me? How does this affect me? Most times we don't do it on purpose, and likely we do it without even thinking, but we do it nonetheless. We aren't bad people, right? But we're pretty good at thinking about how things impact us, whether for the good or for the bad. And this being at home thing has really given us an opportunity to evaluate our attitude and to make a choice, whether to be selfish or selfless. You know, you'll never have this exact moment to live ever again. You'll never have the chance to help clean up after dinner yesterday again. Your brother and sister will never ask you to play Go Fish yesterday again. They might tomorrow, but yesterday? Nope. And maybe it was one of those times that you evaluated what's in it for me before you said no to that game. Maybe you figured out what the benefit was for you before you had to choose whether or not to pretend you had something better to do or stay in the kitchen and help clean up after dinner. Maybe you thought to yourself, how is putting my phone down to have a talk with my stepdad when he gets home from work really gonna help me? No thanks. Our verse for the week starts in Philippians chapter 2, and we're gonna read verse 3. It starts by saying this: don't be selfish. Yep, that's just the beginning. Yep, there's more to come. But I'm gonna leave that right there for today. What if just for today you had that attitude, don't be selfish? Or what if you thought about it this way: just for today, I am going to be focused on being selfless. And we'll come back on Wednesday and pick up where we left off.